I think what you're trying to ask is why am I so insistent upon giving out to them that blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture. I have no choice over it.
In 1964, Nina Simone added another impactful track to what would become an unprecedented list of archives in music history.
I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear. If I could have that half of my life, no fear.
She was influenced by generations of trauma, the embodiment of being a black woman in society.
So I didn't get interested in music. I was a gift from God, and I know that.
Tell me about music as a political weapon.
As a political weapon, it has helped me for 30 years defend the rights of American blacks and third world people all over the world, to defend them with protest songs. And it helps to change the world.
This is the story of Mississippi Goddam. Let's set the scene. The 1960s were a time of protest.
John Lewis joins with a small group of young people dedicated to nonviolent protest. They become known as the Sit-In Kids. Their mission, to desegregate lunch counters and movie theaters in Nashville.
The late civil rights activist John Lewis.
We're marching today to dramatize to the nation, dramatize to the world, that hundreds and thousands of Negro citizens of Alabama, but particularly here in the Black Belt area, denied the right to vote.
Would lead demonstrations against racially segregated restrooms, hotels, restaurants, public parks, and swimming pools. And he rose up against other indignities of second-class citizenship, including he, along with 600 others, protesting their voting rights being denied. It would be called Bloody Sunday.
To be detrimental to your safety to continue this march, and I'm saying that this is an unlawful assembly.
Civil rights icon Medgar Evers.
Medgar Evers, the NAACP secretary for Jackson, Mississippi, organizes boycotts of shops that enforce Jim Crow laws.
After joining the army and fighting in World War II, where he was with a segregated field battalion, he took a job selling insurance, but was alarmed at the level of poverty and destitution he found among the black populace of rural Mississippi. Evers decided to do something about it and joined the NAACP. His work brought cohesion and unity that was until angry mobs of white supremacists took action.
He knew what he wanted, he could size things up, and Medgar's almost entire focus was built around breaking down racial barriers. There was a sense of movement, that we were moving forward.
And this happened.
Wow.
Medgar Evers was shot in cold blood by a white supremacist in the driveway of his home. He was just 37 years old.
Byron de la Beckwith's prints would be found on a gun discovered at the crime scene, but 2 trials, consisting of all-white juries, chose not to convict him. In 1994, a mixed jury found him guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison. In 2001, Beckwith died of heart failure. Also in 1963,
the Collins sisters lived in one of the most segregated and racially violent American cities, Birmingham, Alabama, where Governor George Wallace vowed in 1963 that black citizens would never be treated with dignity.
We got to church that morning. We went down into the basement to freshen up.
Moments later, her life forever changed.
And on September 15th, a Sunday morning, members of the KKK planted dynamite at 16th Street Baptist Church. The explosion infamously killed 4 girls inside the church.
Let us also not labor under the illusion that this church bombing was an anomaly. We know that Robert Chambliss, who was eventually convicted of carrying out the bombing, along with 3 others. We know that he had been responsible for bombing black homes and churches over so many years. As a matter of fact, during the 8 years prior to the church bombing, there had been 21 bombings in Birmingham.
Nina Simone was angered. She was disappointed. She knew she had to find a way to express how she felt, and she did it through music. She would witness the terror throughout the United States and reflect, when I sat down, the whole song happened. I never stopped writing until the thing was finished. It was my first civil rights song, and it erupted out of me quicker than I could write it down. She'd pen the lyrics in under 1 hour. The York Daily Record would write in November of 1965. The song was lamenting over voter disenfranchisement, police dogs, murder, beatings, and other forms of government in Mississippi. The lines bleed out from the page as she bellows, "Hound dogs on my tail, school children sitting in jail, black cat crossed my path, I think every day is gonna be my last." And picket lines, school boycotts. They try to say it's a communist plot. All I want is equality for my sister, my brother, my people, and me. She'd sing, "You lied to me all these years. You told me to wash and clean my ears and talk real fine just like a lady, and you'd stop calling me Sister Sadie." It was a tune that put Simone's career in jeopardy. After all, it would be banned all across the South on the radio via PBS. Writing and performing, it felt like throwing 10 bullets back at the 4 KKK members who planted the dynamite, she'd say. From the opiate, as Simone's tone grows more frenzied and frenetic throughout the song, one gets the sense that she can no longer be calm, can no longer stand it, to sit back and wait and be patient, waiting for the white man to decide when, if ever, it might be black people's time. They'd conclude. Simone makes an angered and grudging acknowledgement that an alarming majority of the U.S. did not and does not want all people to be equal, because it's profitable for some, too many rather, to keep the system the way it is. And that's how you either conjure an eventual violent overthrow of the government, or the boot keeps pressing down on your neck as fascism takes hold. She'd go on to say, "An artist's duty, as far as I'm concerned, is to reflect the times. That to me is my duty. And at this crucial time in our lives, when everything is so desperate, when every day is a matter of survival, I don't think you can help but be involved. Young people, black and white, know this. That's why they're so involved in politics. We will shape and mold this country. I will not be molded and shaped at all anymore." It is the stuff of legends. And I am asking sincerely and respectfully. We have covered so many with our time and with our coverage that I am asking all of you, what is one of those songs that you want to know more about? What is one that speaks truth to power, that is the epitome of impactful, that resonates with the times? Leave a comment down below. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.